Hello, welcome to our Smart City course. So, I will be continuing from our previous lecture on digital governance and e-governance. We discussed like how we can improvise the governance, especially by considering the participation, citizen participation, how to make it more effective. So, let us continue from there. So, let us start with some success stories. Several Indian cities like smart cities, we have discussed a lot of successful smart cities across the globe, right, outside India. So, I just want to bring something from the Indian perspective also. So, Indian smart cities have emerged as leaders like demonstrating successful smart city transformation. So, let us see from the Pune implemented comprehensive smart water system, reducing non-revenue water loss, maybe because of leakage, pipe burst, etc., from 50% to 35% within just 2 years, saving millions actually while improving the service reliability also. And then smart traffic management, it reduced congestion by 20% in very critical areas. And then digital governance portal processes like 50,000 plus citizen requests monthly with 85% resolution within 7 days time. So, which is one of the very I can say that very effective approach that has been taken care by Pune. And if you see other cities also, like we have Surat, it implemented India's first integrated smart city command center, like providing real time monitoring of traffic, utilities, emergency services, all integrated. As I said in the last class, like integration is very crucial. Smart flood management system using IoT sensors, AI predictions enables early warning and rapid response. Similarly, other cities also like Indore, we have like we are the winners of this Swachh Bharat thing, cleanliness city the last 8 years, where we can have an integrated monitoring of all the city operations, and we have a smart solutions, like we have an app called 311. It's a mobile app, and for citizen services, and smart bus systems with real time passenger information, like in this app, like you can see that when is the next bus coming, when you are at the bus stop, etc. It's very effective. And then innovation smart hub incubation centers for technology solutions, startups are all been very actively happening in the Indore. So, some of the common success factor, if you see with either it can be Bangalore or it can be Jaipur, because Jaipur developed smart parking system in central area, where like it is, because it is very much crowded with the tourists, etc. So, reducing the parking time by 40%, and of course the emissions also by 15%. So, if you see this one success, like strong leadership, like we do had like in all the common for the successful smart cities, and citizen participation is one of the crucial thing which I personally feel which is more effective, especially in the Indore. And technology adoption, effective use of digital technology solutions for service delivery, and of course the performance monitoring. Every regular assessment and improvisation is something very crucial for any system to evolve. So, as I said, like Pune, Bangalore, Jaipur, of course Surat, and also Thiruvananthapuram. Thiruvananthapuram also have a very effective digital governance platforms. So, these were some of the successful smart cities that we have. Challenges and implementation issue. So, major implementation challenges, in addition to the other technological readiness, we also have the financial constraint. So, because this is a very ambitious mission, right, smart city mission, it faces lot of challenges. So, let us see some of the financial things, like some cities they struggle to generate the matching fund. Okay, so especially tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Then central budget, they have constraints limit like expansion beyond like 500 cities. So, private investments in interest varies city by city. And then technical challenges, if you see legacy infrastructure incompatible with this IoT or digital integrations, which may need lot of money for retrofitting, etc. Cyber security vulnerabilities of IoT networks, and which pose very big risk. Data management complexity with the massive information flow. Governance challenges, that is coordination between government departments, and historically which is silo information, and land acquisition delays, which can create slow in implementing the project. Government capacities, they varied dramatically across the cities, like because every city has culturally, economically, socially very different in Indian scenario. And institutional challenges also, we have limited skill workforce for the smart city operations, limited technical expertise in other organizations, a high turnover of key staff disrupts continuity, social challenges like digital literacy gaps, because everyone are not digitally literate, privacy concerns about the data collection and surveillance. Regional disparities also, like for major cities to small cities, like tier 3 cities, tier 1 cities. So wealthy cities, they attract more private investments, whereas rural urban digital divide, it's always persists. So environmental concerns, we see that e-waste generation from rapid technology replacement, also energy consumption of data centers and networks, they must be minimized as well. So these are the challenges are very real, but they are all solvable also through proper sustained commitment and adaptive management. So these were the challenges which I explained you, like in terms of implementation, financial, technical, land acquisition, awareness, etc., etc. So there is a comprehensive performance, key performance indicators, okay, which we generally called as KPIs, measuring the smart city transformation. So infrastructure related KPIs, we have it, we track like physical infrastructure, like about the pipelines, water supply pipelines, the continuity, electricity reliability, okay, sanitation coverage, etc. Technologies KPIs, we have it like it measures smart city performance like smart meters, penetration, IoT deployment and data centers, etc. Sustainability also KPI measures like environmental impact, water loss percentage, energy efficiency improvement, waste utilization, carbon emission reduction. And then economic KPI, so is basically financial performance, like how much revenue is generating, what is operational cost reduction because of implementing something. And then the monitoring systems also, right, the real time dashboards which can track this progress against the goal or the target. So there are like quarterly reviews, assess the performance, and also it identify the obstacles, the challenges. Annual independent evaluation, it verify the progress actually. So there is a committees and they visit the these cities for different evaluation process. So data transparency, all performance data publicly available, enabling the comparisons and the learning also the best practices. So challenge in monitoring is like basically data quality issue that may affect accuracy, and attribution challenges like maybe distinguishing smart city impact from other kind of factors. So measurement complexity for both qualitative indicators like citizen satisfaction, how to do that, like how to rate that. So these comprehensive KPIs, they ensure accountability and also enable the success of these smart cities. So these are some of the KPI evaluation dashboards. You can see here traffic flow metrics, and it's in the real time also. Then energy consumption, public safety, renewable energy with respect to proportion, and then service efficiency index, okay, and also public incident assessment. So when it comes to the innovation and technology adoption, so these leading smart cities, or they are like advanced technologies they have beyond the initial deployment, like it can be Bangalore, Hyderabad, or even Mumbai. So artificial intelligence systems are being deployed for traffic optimization. This has been effectively used, like intelligent transportation system, which we also discuss in next few coming classes. So where like traffic optimization, energy demand forecasting, and energy response coordinations, everything using some AI models and machine learning algorithms from different patterns which improve the system performance continuously. And 5G networks are being piloted in some selective cities, enabling ultra low let us say applications like remote surgery, autonomous vehicles, and then blockchain is being explored for very transparent governance and also the secure transactions. Advanced analytics using big data techniques and identify these complex patterns and also enable this predictive interventions, like you have something like a Ganesh Nimajan. So when such kind of activities happening, the pattern can be forecast before, and we can handle that kind of situations very effectively. So IoT edge computing, it distributes intelligence to networks, edges improving the responsibility and also reducing the dependency on the centralized systems, okay, so that the efficiency improves. And then lot of automation, autonomous systems, include like autonomous vehicles is coming, which can park the car, based on looking at the available space, etc. Delivery robots, they are already being tested. Renewable energy integration is accelerating, solar rooftops, wind energy. India is going very much into this renewable energy. Battery storage system, lot of research is going on battery storage also. Water recycling systems which will capture and treat wastewater, enabling that to reuse. Vertical farming, like controlled environmental agriculture, it can produce food locally, so that the cost of the food can be reduced. And these emerging technologies, they represent the smart city 2.0 phase, where moving beyond initial infrastructure to sophisticated and more adaptive systems, but however this adoption requires overcoming challenges high technology cost or security, cyber security risk, or a lot of skilled trained workforce is needed, as it is shortage now, and regulatory uncertainties also. So India's smart cities are they are learning ground for, especially for the developing context, with the kind of scale of development that's happening, and with a lot of diversities we have it, and appropriate solutions can also applicable very much globally. So environmental sustainability initiatives is central to India's smart city approach. It's not peripheral, because carbon neutrality goals, that is leading smart city target net zero emission by 2050 through renewable energy and efficient management and carbon offsetting. So the renewable energy integration, as we discuss, solar panels on rooftop, solar parks, even you can see here many times even the parking poles or lighting poles have a solar panel on it, right? So it is integrated into that. And wind energy, suitable locations, smart grid optimized renewable energy integration, managing supply related issues, energy efficiency like LED lights. I think government has given subsidy also for LED lights sometime back, HVAC system, and building insulations, smart materials also, for green buildings, etc. Smart controls, energy management, it can optimize the consumption. Then as you see that green buildings, I already discussed lot, how to use sustainable materials, locally available materials, reuse materials, and make your water efficiency, right? How to harvest rainwater, then use that for your daily consumption. And waste management, okay, how to segregate the waste at residential scale, and then how to reuse that for community gardening, etc. And rainwater harvesting, as I said, smart water reduces losses, as we see that in the Pune as one of the very good case study, and developing some urban forest, and then which can also improve the air quality management. So all these things can work it out, so that environmental benefits like reducing the emissions, cleaner air, water, and resource conservation is very much possible. So economic benefits, in this case, it lowers the operational cost because lot of reuse and kind of things are happening. And social benefits, it improve lot of public health because air quality, safe water, and other things can be improved. So these were the other things, like how we can manage the waste and green transportation, EV vehicles. Some countries they are giving lot of subsidy if you buy EV cars, etc. I think Government of India is also working towards that. So a lot of climatic goals, like to reduce the carbon foot reduction in city level emissions, because cities are the ones which are generating lot of carbon footprint, and air quality improvement. It can national ambient air quality standards. Okay, so we have to improve our air quality, green cover, increasing the urban forest or the green covers, okay, especially in urban centers, and then climate resilience, like for which can adapt, because changing climate, we know that how the climate change is affecting in almost every issue. So too much of rain is happening, or too much of heat in the summers, etc. So how to adapt this one for the extreme weather events is also one of the crucial important point. Okay, so environmental sustainability, and for the climate resilient cities we need to build the green buildings, as we discussed, like rooftop things, solar panels, renewable energy, different renewable energies has to be, waste management, and of course the carbon neutrality. So what was the next phase priorities from second phase? Okay, smart city 2.0. So its first thing is, like in the initial phase, if you see here, a lot of building kind of thing, like building the infrastructure, developing the systems, right. And here if you see that line, the scaling and replication. So whatever the best things that's happened with the first phase experience, that should expand. Okay, we have to extend these solutions to more cities beyond than 100, and then we also should have a smart villages also, like rural integration. Okay, so smart programs, like state level smart city initiatives, complementing that national mission, best practices scaling up, as I already said. Then advanced technology integration, if you see here, selecting some technology which was suitable for Indian context and capabilities, also integrating lot of digital twin. A lot of research people are working on digital twins, especially for disaster resilient infrastructure, etc. and 5G networks, AI and ML models, okay, to make it predictive city management and automated decision making things can, and quantum computing also. So lot of advanced data processing for complex urban challenges is another second important aspect. And the third one is like climate resilience and sustainability. So this will continue for making net zero cities, climate adaptation, changing climate change, biodiversity conservations like urban ecosystems or green infrastructure. We see some parts of Delhi, like we have, like within the city we have a forest also, especially in Dwarka, where I know that. So there is a forest near high rise towers. Okay, so which is like biodiversity conservations, like we see a lot of animals there, including some peacocks and some kind of boars, etc. So circular economy, zero waste cities, the resource efficiency. So then fourth important priority in the second phase is like innovation and entrepreneurship, which is continuing that, like dedicated areas for urban technology development, lot of startup ecosystem. You may see that how India's mission on startups and how support is coming up from government and the private companies, lot of interest on startups in the country, research partnerships like academic industry partnerships in solving a real world problem and the large problems, and export promotion like Indian smart city solutions to the global markets. It's not just like we provide some technology or some solution which is only catering it to the Indian city. So we have to think in a scaling it up also. So this was the future map, as I just explained you. We should have universal access, carbon neutrality, quality of the life, okay, and innovation, leadership, and like startup things, and digital service deliverability, etc. So this is a vision for the Government of India, the smart city mission. So trajectory extending beyond 2030, so which is like a vision 2030 goals. So digital service deliverability, So, universal access, innovation, carbon neutrality, and overall quality of the life. So, implementing strategy should have a proper or very highly integrated planning and city or region approach, considering socio-economical and cultural aspects of that particular city, and it also should have a financial sustainability, and the decision should be more of citizen centric approach, like technology serving citizens needs and their preferences, and of course it should also scale up the global standard. So, it also should meet the international benchmarks for the city performances. So, these were the some of the aspects, and then this is the 2025 to 2030. So, next phase, how the priorities, so like resilience, like then scalability, integration, both the digital and physical infrastructures, new technologies, and then engagement with the citizens, so that the will be more effective, and then also the sustainability. So, this is another very interesting information about like distinctive features of India's approach, especially because we are not same, like we are very diverse with respect to many, we have like with highly diversity. So, our solutions has to be very local solutions, like we have to adapt that global technologies, but it has to work for our Indian condition also. And second important thing is like it should be cost effective, it should be very cost effective solution which can be suitable for the developing countries, because we have economically also we have lot of diversity. So, inclusion, like we have to focus on reaching to every section of the community, cultural sensitivity, which is also respecting local traditions and the practices, and then we need to have a very democratic participation, okay, like engaging the people, and then transparent implementation, sharing the data and taking the feedbacks, and also accountability, making that accountability, because with a regular performance monitoring and reporting to the public, then comprehensive approach like integration of the infrastructure, program convergence. I know that one of the mission directors or in charge for the smart city of one of the city, so he calls kind of public discussions, or like interaction with the public and talking to them, understanding their issues after his work in the evening. So, which is really important to understand them, get the reporting up, giving them information what is been happening and making them accountable or part of the decision making. It's really one of the effective ways to be more successful. So, capacity building, lot of training and skill development is a continuous activity, sustainability, environmental and financial sustainability as a focus. Still, like even after all these things also we do have some challenges. So, these are the remaining challenges and way forward kind of thing, like as I said, sustainability, scalability, and of course the coordination, governance and the coordinations at different levels, multi-level coordination between different administration levels, interdependent coordination, because we have different departments and different departments have different city level administrators. So, has to be have proper coordination and have a proper system in place which is connected, and stakeholder alignment, etc. So, it can go with the policy development. PPP is one of the very effective mode nowadays, like government is looking for more of such kind of public private partnerships, okay, to build infrastructure or to maintain the infrastructure or to do something. So, a lot of skill training is required for a capacity building, and of course, we need to have a innovative ecosystem, tech startups, incubation centers. So, government is also building a lot of startups, like where plug in and work kind of services in the cities, where like they don't need to work for the space, so they can come together, or also integrating the academic and industry together to improve this kind of innovation ecosystem. Next one is like future directions. So, technology evolution, innovation ecosystem, and then inclusion and equity. So, these were the 3 different verticals like governance framework, SPV, capacity building, weekly interdepartmental committees. Okay, so this is happening actually very effectively now. So, it has to be more, because we have a larger cities in the second phase also. So, then let me go to the takeaways, key takeaways, and for the future vision. So, in this entire discussion what we have done for the smart city mission of the country. So, we are like providing this, we are developing blueprint for sustainable urbanization through technology, institutional strengthening, and inclusive governance, right. So, the strategic achievements like 100 cities, they are spanning like 31 states or and union territories together, spending lot of money. Transformation like water loss has been from 45 to 20%, energy was 30% effective, and waste was like 50% diversions, 100% online services, 25% emission reduction, 40% green cover, 50% renewable energy. So, lot of achievements have been happened. And technical innovation, if you see lot of companies who started working on sensors also nowadays, like otherwise we used to import lot of things from other countries. Now like many companies, tech companies are coming, AI, ML optimization, especially in traffic. I know lot of companies are working on that, cyber security frameworks, and social impact like job creation, and lot of benefit to people, and participatory governance also, women safety, inclusive development, like global significance. It demonstrates like kind of leapfrogging feasibility, and lot of affordability and sustainability. Balancing these two is something very important. And if you look at the future part of it, smart cities are something like we have to have inclusive growth engines, and with environmental sustainability, operational reality, and India as a emerging as a smart city innovation leader. It's exporting solutions to globally also. Nowadays lot of tech companies, they are providing systems, or they were providing lot of solutions, and also which can be scalable to other parts of the world. So, this is the key takeaways which I just explained you. So, there is a lot of literature is also available, and we will be sharing some more informations maybe when we have been discussing in this particular course. So, thank you.